Here's something different. Here's the wee rescue station. And here is the rescue drone. He's away just now at the sit-up. Or I'd go and, at the high seat, or I'd go and ask him if I could get close to it. But this is the rescue drone they use for people in distress. It's probably about a metre wide. It's absolutely monstrous. The batteries are huge. They're like e-bike batteries. This thing does 100 miles an hour. It's got a huge camera on the front. Right there, the little ball at the very front end's the camera. It's got like 8 fins. Radar operated. It's got this like GPS tracker and stuff on it. And they launched that quickly, and you've got the boy there in the high seat. This is something you don't see much in the UK. You maybe see it in a surfers beach down in like Fistral Bay in Cornwall or somewhere, but I don't think you've got high seats in many beaches in the UK. Probably causes a cost against it, and the local councils don't value people's lives enough. But look at the chop today. You do get an odd riptide on these beaches, and people don't really know what riptides are. It's a kind of tide that it pushes in, and then it hits the beach and it breaks in 2 separate directions. It can do like that, so it can basically take you back out again really, really quickly and throw you away out off the beach. You don't want to get caught in a riptide unless you know how to get out of them. You can get out of them, but you need to know how. And everybody just goes onto the beaches, and nobody, you know, you don't ever see, like, I don't know, I know people don't really read signs, but even if they just showed people these things, or bloody taught it in schools or something. There's a lot of people out there today. You've got 1, 2 high seats. This is Xenia Beach, Orihuela Costa Blanca. It's really, really busy. One of the busiest beaches in the whole coastline. Way over there in the distance, you have, anybody that comes here will know what that coastline is. That's Torrevieja, heading towards Alicante. And it's a really, really busy spot. I mean, there's several thousand people on this beach just now, and it's going to get busier. Come this evening, you get a lot of the locals coming down when the tourists kind of pull off. So there's always people coming and going. It's not a big beach by any stretch. It's probably, you know, 200-300 metres long, literally about 300 metres long, and a couple of thousand people. It's busy year round. Good water, pretty safe, but catches a bit of a wind, so it does get choppy, and folk get into difficulty. And sometimes you think to yourself, well, there's a lot of people out there, so, you know, it's highly unlikely. But see, when somewhere's busy, the less likely people are to pay attention to you, because they just think everybody's okay. And that's what happens in beaches. That's how people drown, because everyone else is so preoccupied with something else. Or when there's a chop like today, they're trying to keep their own heads above the waves. And there's always that little kind of inclination to go out a little further. And I mean, I don't know how far out the camera picks up, but that yellow marker boy out there today is probably 400 metres, 300-400 metres, about half a kilometre off the coastline. I swam out to that today. The water there's about 25-30 feet deep, and yeah, it's about 20-25 feet deep out there. And I was out there, swam round it, and then I swam from there right across to the yellow one and down through those water slides and stuff. That's a fair old swim. That's a good kilometre swim. I'm fine swimming. I'm a strong swimmer, got good lungs, and I don't panic when I'm swimming. I'm not really bothered, you know, like when I'm out there, I'm just kind of zoned in. But you've always got to keep it in mind. There's a lot of kids out there as well, you know, and I see a lot of them and they don't have any armbands or floats on. Again, that's alright if your kids can strong swim and they're brought up in the sea and the water like mine. But a lot of these kids, the only time they see water's for 2 weeks a year when they come on holiday. And their parents are lying up the beach and the kids are in here and they think they're safe. Before you know it, one of those little riptides just pushes them right back out into the deeper water. And to anybody walking around, it looks like they're swimming. It just looks like they're swimming and enjoying themselves, and these things do happen. But in general, it's a pretty safe spot. It is a nice beach. But that's the rescue drone. Just thought I'd show you it. It's an absolute cracking bit of kit. I've got no idea of the value of a thing like that. I'd imagine it'll be thousands of pounds. Like many thousands of pounds. It could be as much as 10 grand a thing like that. It's got cameras all round about it. And he sits under his wee shelter. I offered him a cold can of Coke earlier. He was grateful, but he didn't want it. He had water. A lot of these guys don't drink sugary drinks. They just drink water all day. Like normal temperature water. They don't even drink cold water because they're more accustomed to what works. Whereas the holiday makers are guzzling freezing cold water or freezing cold beer, and really that's not how you quench thirst. But that's another story. So there you go. If you're ever in this area, you will end up here, Lasinia Beach. It's local, it's a beautiful spot. There's little beach bars, shops, kiosks. Some of them actually do really good food. Chicken and burgers and stuff like that. It's not like your average cheap crap they're selling. It's pretty decent stuff. They sell lovely coffee as well for like €1. I think it's about €1.50 for a nice cafe con leche, nice white coffee. It's nice, great spot. You can see the clarity of the water. I swim all around there with a snorkel. That's where the fish come, all around that coast out to those kind of rock beds out there. There's some reef out there. Again, it's about 12, maybe 15 feet just at the edge. And it's a great spot. And round there is even better. There's a lot bigger fish round there, but it was mobbed today as well, so I just hung back here. This is my last day anyway. I've had a great time. It's a beautiful place. Always good to get a bit of time out here with the boys and get some time for myself in the sea and stuff. Clear cobwebs, clear the head. And nowhere seems to clear the head like the seaside, the beach, the ocean. Nothing for me works better than that. Out with the mountains, you know, I'll take either of them in equal measure. They're both pure medicine. Really, really hard to beat. So great spot. And it is a godsend having these lifeguards for anyone that gets into distress. A lot of old folk come on the beaches. Sometimes they hit a wee stumble into the water and get a bit of a fright. It's good when somebody's there to grab them. But you won't see much of things like that in the UK, I don't think. Those old rescue drones. I've certainly never seen one. I'm happy to be wrong. As I say, you maybe get them in surfing beaches. North Devon, Perranporth, places like that. Certainly in Cornwall, I'd imagine you maybe have them, but I've never seen one. They're quite common here. And they definitely work, because he can launch that, right, and zip it right out there and literally, you know, under 10 seconds flat, and put it right on top of somebody, and the lifeguard can go straight to them. He's only got to see the drone, and you're not missing that drone in the sky. It's absolutely huge. Amazing bit of kit. Well, I'm going to have another swim. Another wee 10-minute swim, then I'm heading up the road. Oh, there he's back. There he's back with his kit. There you go, he might think he's changing out the batteries. Yeah, he is. Changing out the batteries. You can see the kind of size of it now next to him. Massive bit of kit. I think he's going to fly it. Sounds like it.
No lo voy a arrancar. Not to fly, only power on.
How fast? Speed? Very fast. Yeah. I'm pretty sure the other guy said that he either said 100 kilometres an hour or 100 miles an hour. I think he said miles, but they talking kilometres over here, so I'm probably wrong. Even 100 kilometres is still rapid. It's 60, 65 mile an hour. That's unbelievably quick for a drone that size. That drone must weigh. Now it's starting. I don't know. I mean, 10, 15 kilos or something. It's bloody huge. I know it'll be lightweight, but made with lightweight stuff, but it's still a massive bit of kit. The battery's probably 2.5 kilos. I think the battery looked about 18 inches long there. Yeah, he's just maybe testing it. Probably they don't want to just waste the batteries. Going up. That's it. Anyway guys, there you go. Hope that was interesting. Take it easy.